For some time, we've been treated to an outpouring of what can only be described as anti-Easter literature, specifically a cult favorite tactic used by the cults. But even the pagan world and Christians are telling us how the holiday, in this case Easter, is pagan in origin and bad, and should not be celebrated by Christians. These opinions are backed up with some very rather unusual and curious fantasies masquerading as historical facts. The following videos are intended only to re-examine popular historical claims of the origins of Easter, to provide further discussions concerning some of the so-called facts offered in some anti-Easter publications.
Rabbits may have been pagan fertility symbols, although proof in this regard is somewhat lacking. But the Easter Bunny? No way. Total hogwash. Fundamentalists, atheist Richard Dawkins, and everyone else who does not know what they are talking about spread lies about the Easter Bunny, creating clever memes connecting him to the pagan goddesses. Ishtar and Easter. Ishtar was a Mesopotamian fertility goddess. She is associated with several symbols, a lion and various star shapes among others. But there is no association with rabbits. You might find a bunny somewhere in the pagan historical record, but only if you play the ancient goddess version of 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon. The connection to the Germanic goddess Easter is even more bogus. The only evidence we have that there was a pagan goddess by this name comes from a Catholic monk, Saint Bede, in the 8th century. Bede explains in his work The Reckoning of Time, that the ancient pagans worshipped this goddess, and nowhere does he mention any bunnies. The Easter Bunny is a money-making gimmick. Some people claim secular corporations, for the sake of money, created our fuzzy buddy. I am sure that some soulless executives in dark rooms plot ways to appropriate religious themes for their own gain, but they are not responsible for the creation of the Easter Bunny. That distinction belongs to our brethren the Lutherans. In Germany, the Easter hare played a Santa Claus-like role at the start of the Easter season, judging whether or not children had been obedient to their parents. Since that time, the character of the Easter Bunny has spread and evolved in different places. The symbolism is not particularly religious, but we can be reasonably certain that the Lutherans of long ago were not intending to teach their children about paganism or fertility. One could argue that this tradition is a holdover from their pagan ancestors, but I have already demonstrated why that claim has more holes than one of my old concert t-shirts. The Easter Bunny is a secular distraction. The claim that the Easter Bunny is a secular distraction is probably the most frustrating of all the charges leveled at him. This claim often goes hand in hand with the idea that the Easter Bunny is a money-making gimmick. In other words, corporations have successfully secularized Easter to sell you more chocolate bunnies, reducing Jesus to an afterthought. The secularization of our holy days is just a reflection of the world around us. If our children do not understand the significance of Christ's death and resurrection, then we have other work to do. Like Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny is something fun to do with the kids, and we cannot let him take the fall for us anymore. He only distracts from Jesus to the extent that we let him. I have it on good authority that the Easter Bunny would not be heartbroken if you chose not to mention him to your children at all. But that is up to you. I hope I have given you the defensive ammunition you need for the war on the Easter Bunny. May he no longer be the skeptic's whipping boy. And in all seriousness, I pray everyone watching this has an especially meaningful Easter weekend.